Hi, everyone. My name is Meghna, and I'm a first-year student here at UAB. I'm also a member of the Survey Analysis Committee for the LCME reaccreditation efforts. And today I'm here with Dr. Van Wagoner to talk about creating a professional and supportive learning environment at the UAB School of Medicine. Hi, Dr. Van Wagoner. How are you?
Hey, Meghna, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for talking with me today.
Of course, I'm happy to be here, and I'm so glad that we could chat. I'd like to start off by just asking you to explain why you believe a learning environment here is important.
Yeah, it's a really important question, and learning environment is critically important. And I think that when we think about just the name itself, learning environment, that's exactly what we want to do. We want to create a space where all students feel safe to learn and are challenged as well to learn. And so when we think about that and what that means, I think we have to consider a couple of things. Med school's hard, and we recognize that. And we also recognize that medical students need support. And so creating a positive learning environment includes creating a supportive environment. It also includes understanding, as I said before, the diversity of our students and creating a space where all learn. Coming back and thinking a little bit about that further, we think about learning environments and we think about Boker Hall, but a really key aspect to the learning environment as well is thinking about all of the spaces where our learners are learning. That includes clinics, that includes the hospitals, that includes regional campuses, it includes UAB, it also includes when our students are on rotations at external facilities. So when we think about creating a learning environment that is supportive, we want one, again, where our students feel that they are supported to learn and can learn without focusing on other issues.
Right. And I think that's especially crucial this past year, given the amount of online learning that we had in the hybrid structure. So just making sure that all the students are supported in the best way.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Thinking through that and about all of the challenges that we have all faced during this pandemic, and we've all been experiencing it together. And I think that that has been a challenge is how do we provide and create a supportive learning environment where people are at home, where people may have family members that they're caring for, that they may have distractions. And right now, I think one of the keys to the learning environment is to be understanding of each other and each other's needs, and when we need to make accommodations for those things.
And as a student, it's so great to hear you say those things, to know that faculty are thinking about some of the struggles that students might be facing during this time. And kind of going off of what you just said about creating those environments, what are some things that we're doing here at UAB in order to create those healthy learning environments?
So, giving credit to Laura Kezar, to Caroline Harada, and also Jason Noah, I think one of the key pieces around creating a healthy learning environment has been the learning communities. So basically, with learning communities, as you know very well, we've broken students up into smaller groups where they have faculty mentorship as well as resident mentorship. It's an area where they can talk about some of the challenges that we face in medicine that aren't necessarily covered in the regular modules. So as an example, how do you handle imposter syndrome? How do you handle a situation where you may see a medical error or a bad outcome with a patient? How do you handle those things, and how have your faculty members and residents handled those things? I think that's really great. And it's a curriculum also that creates not only learning opportunities, but a social network for students. A couple of other things that we, I think, are doing better and continually improving is around our cultural humility and understanding that diversity does not equal inclusion, and that we need to work hard to create an inclusive environment for all of our students. And we continue to do that through changes in the curriculum, through teaching and providing professional development for faculty members, and in other ways as well. I think that this year has also taught us that we have a long way to go. And one of the things that I have been impressed by is the feedback that students have given us and the support that students have given to help us create a more inclusive environment. Again, that is in all learning spaces, whether preclinical, clinical, whether in Birmingham or on any of our regional campuses.
Yeah, and one of the great things about the learning community curriculum, from my perspective too, is the receptiveness they
Mm.
have to student voices and how dynamic the curriculum can be from year to year and how they want to change that to best suit our needs.
Really, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, Max.
I was just going to say, I'm so glad to hear that, that that's been your experience. I believe that, part of creating a positive learning environment is one in which feedback is heard and acted upon. And so kudos to Dr. Harada and for Jason Noah for providing that opportunity for feedback and improvement in the program.
Agree 100%. And with that, I think that's all we have time for today. So thank you so much for talking with me, Dr. Van Wagoner. I know all of our listeners will definitely appreciate this piece.
Thank you, Meghna. Have a great day.
Too.